All right, now talking about the market, one of the areas of interest is pension. Seems a bit of activities being rekindled in that area. In November 2024, we're looking at subnationals now. The Kaduna State House of Assembly passed a bill into law that allows retirees in the state to access. Remember, this was a national thing, and then state would have to domesticate it. The 25% of their retirement benefits can be used for mortgage and some other important basics of life. But if the state government, if the states have actually started the implementation of this or not, I wonder. Well, let's find out now, at least concerning Kaduna State now, with the Executive Secretary of the Kaduna State Pension Bureau, Professor Salamatu Issa. Professor Issa, thank you so much. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
So please bring us up to date since this was announced and passed into law. What has been happening? Have you had people able to access this 25% of their retirement benefits?
Actually, the implementation has not started yet. Even though the State House of Assembly has passed the bill, we are still awaiting the government to sign it. One of the issues that was arise for the likely not starting the implementation is because the governor wanted to clear any issue relating to that particular clause, and where he has to know if it's not conflicting with the existing Pension Reform Act of 2014, because what the act says is the state government needs to pay accrual right before the assessment of pension or lump sum benefits to pensioners. So we have gone to PENCOM and had management meeting with the PENCOM team, and they have make suggestions to us on how we can go about it. So we are yet to have a meeting with the governor on actually the suggestion given to us by PENCOM. So that's where we are for now.
Do we know how long this process should take, before implementation begins? Because when that announcement was done, there was a lot of applause and expectations. But, even up to now, we're not seeing the benefits of that applause.
Yes, as I said, we actually had a meeting together with the Deputy Chief of Staff, Legal, who is to actually anchor the review of that particular clause and also to advise the governor on what next step to take. So we are actually waiting to have a schedule and have a meeting with the governor and then resolve all conflicting issues surrounding that particular statement that we issued.
So apart from, the 25% generally, how effective is the pension scheme in Kaduna State?
Well, I've been in that office since 2020, and I can say that we have a very seamless processes regarding the administration of pension. And this is as a result of the structure that has been put in place. So when you talk of...
Hello, the microphone is on.
Hello, Prof. You're on mute. I think something came up on your device. Could you unmute yourself, please?
Is it still on?
Okay, I can hear you now. Hello, Professor Issa, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, all right, please go ahead.
So for the implementation of the CPS, I think we are among the top performing states in the country. We have our regular remittances of the contributory pension in terms of the employer and employee share. And then we also be very up in our payment of accrual right, even though it's not something we can say that we don't have liability because we have limited resources. So whenever we make a request from the state government, we get what we need to get in order to pay the accrue right. So right now, based on pension assessment, PENCON assessment of Kaduna State, we can say we are behind Lagos in terms of implementation compliance.
All right, but I mean, a lot of Nigerians are still skeptical about the effectiveness of the pension process, especially when it comes to accessing it. How effective is your process? How accessible is it when people really need this retirement? Because apart from this 25, actually, you know, when people leave work or they are out of work, as in, and they're not able to work for some time, they're supposed to be able to access it.
Yeah, if you are with the news, current news, PENCON has just made a release of a policy that guides process of payment of accrue right and other pension matters. And in that particular circular, which was out since this beginning of this week, it stated that the pension administrators or the pension fund custodians do not need to wait to seeking for approval from PENCON before payment of any benefit, which to me it's a new development because it will fasten the payment process. I remember before when you make a request for payment, it has to go through PENCON for approval before it goes to the pension fund custodian, then comes back to the pension fund administrator before the person who is supposed to get the entitlement gets it. And that particular circular of this week from PENCON has actually shown that all due processes for payment should be paid within 24 hours. So this is a very good development because in Kaduna State, sometimes when we make payments to retirees, it takes a lot of time. We have to follow up and monitor the PFAs to ensure that they pay the money on time. And we usually request for a feedback report, how many people have been paid from that particular schedule and how many are still standing. So with this new policy guideline, it shows that we are on course and we are ready to actually deliver services efficiently.
Yeah.
So for Kaduna State, I know we are on. We are good to go whenever we have money to pay to pensioners as benefits.
Yeah, but the thing is, a lot of times we hear this exciting news, just like the 25%, you know, but actually the implementation sometimes it seems it doesn't come at all. So how do we ensure that even after pronouncements have been made and, you know, everyone is excited, that it becomes a reality? And it's not just about pensions or Kaduna State.
Pardon? There was a long silence.
Hello, Prof, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, I was asking that, you know, getting the paperwork and the announcement of this, you know, a shortened length of time to access benefits is one thing, but to actually get it done, it seems to be another. A lot of pronouncements and policies actually come that way.
Yes, I agree with you because I don't think in Nigeria we actually have gotten much of what the best standard is in terms of pension management in Nigeria. But with this development, we should be hopeful that the system will improve and the service delivery will also improve. And I know that with the release of funds, or the federal government has just announced the issuance of bond of up to 758 billion, which is also a good commendation from the government to pay outstanding arrears. So I don't think with a good digital identification of details of pensioners, I don't think that implementing this particular process is going to be a difficult one like before, and especially if you have all what it needs to have the pensioners' details, And the e-payment platform, it's adequate enough to actually make this service efficient enough.
All right. Well, I think you hit it there. If we have that digital identity in place, things will be easier, and we hope that we can have it. Thank you so much, Professor Salamatu Issa, Kaduna State Pension Bureau Executive Secretary, joining us from Morocco.